Minutes away from 10. It is my utmost pleasure to welcome Tommy Ill into the Kiwi studio. Tommy, good morning.
How's it going?
And well done, and congratulations on the release of the brand new album called New Hat and a Haircut.
Yeah, thanks.
That indeed, taking a little closer look, does look quite new, and I would say at least a haircut in the last month or two.
Yeah, well, yesterday.
Yesterday, well there you go.
I did it myself though, and I messed it up a little bit. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Do you always give yourself a haircut? Do you get it professionally done at any point?
I don't really ever get it professionally done. I usually just give a bottle of wine to a friend and they do it. But,
hack away at it.
You know, I was
it's not a
feeling
bad job.
self-conscious, and so I
No, it's looking all right. You've got the hat anyway. To cover up any.
Well, that's kind of the meaning of the title, I think.
True, and that indeed, and it's amazing to actually talk to you, Tommy Ill, because you're a busy man, and in lots of demand. I mean, in between interviews with David Letterman, and hanging out with the beef and lamb kids.
Yeah.
You know, how do you find the time to release an album?
I don't know. I don't sleep very often.
Right.
And,
that would help.
Yeah, it is tough with people like Dave Letterman bothering me all the time. Like, it's not just the interview I did with him. He actually calls me up all the time and asks for advice and things.
Does he?
Yeah.
What sort of things does he want to know?
It's mostly his love life sort of stuff. He's gone through some tough times.
Yeah.
Lately.
I understand he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that your ability to talk to animals would be something that a lot of people would want to know more about.
Yeah, well,
I'm not all that interested, to be honest. But I'm sure other people would want to know about that.
The thing is, I can talk to animals, but they don't really talk back. So, have you ever tried to dance at a cat?
Dance at a cat?
It's a really humbling experience because a cat will just look at you like you're an idiot
with displeasure, really, in their eyes, right?
Yeah, it's. You should try it. Everyone should do it once.
Do you find that cats mostly look unhappy?
No, I think they look kind of smug.
Whereas dogs, no, I'm a cat lover. I have cats, three cats, no dogs. But dogs, at least, they open their mouth, right, and then they look like they're smiling.
Yeah. But I think cats are just smiling on the inside in a really sort of self-serving kind of way. You know?
True, they are the boss. Do you have a cat?
I do. It now lives with my ex-girlfriend's parents.
One of those situations.
Yeah, but he's a beast. He likes to hunt native birds and things.
Yeah. Does he feature on the album at all?
No, but my sister's dog is on the back cover of the album. There's a little chihuahua sitting on the back there.
That's not a dog.
Well, I don't know if you heard. He lives upstairs from me, and if you heard how much he barks, I think you could use a dog.
Tell us about what happened between the last album and this album. It looks like you have a whole new management team.
We do and we don't. I mean, we signed with EMI, and so that's been
that's big
cool
news, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not as big as news would have been 10 years ago if I'd signed with EMI. Then,
but not because not many people are getting signed these days, especially locally.
Yeah, it's been really good though, and they've been really good to us in that they've sort of we've had a bit more money and we can actually pay for people that have helped us out in the past for free. Yeah, and things like that.
People to push you onto shows like David Letterman.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think they've sort of understood that they need to let us do our own thing and stuff, and so they haven't been controlling or anything like that, which has been good.
Is it a multi-album deal?
I'm not at liberty to discuss it.
I understand that. And I guess, does that mean that there's been some extra money put into production?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we bought an amazing microphone, was the first thing we did. And
tell you what, there's nothing sexier than a really nice microphone.
Yeah, well, ours is the same sort of microphone that Michael Jackson used on Thriller. So
it's a vintage microphone? Or is it a new version
still
of
making
the old?
it. It's the new version of the old one.
What is it?
I couldn't actually tell you. I just call it the Thriller mic. My sound engineer, who's pretty much part of the band at this point, he was really, really excited by it.
What does it look like?
It's big and microphone.
Is it like one of those old style looking ones, or is it?
It's kind of like the microphones we're talking into.
Oh, okay. So a cylinder shape
Yeah.
with a sock on the end.
We recorded everything in all my vocals, and my sound guy was house sitting for his mum, and
Yeah.
we set up a live room in her walk-in wardrobe.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there amongst dressing gowns and dresses and cardigans and things, recording all my raps, and that was pretty fun.
That's pretty. That's very Kiwi. It's quite, number 8 wire
Yeah.
sort of mentality to get a nice sound out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was great because they could hear me but they couldn't see me, and I was making jokes about oh James, I'm wearing your mum's dressing gown now. I hope that's all right. And he was making jokes about me coming out of the closet. So,
Sure. Collaborations. There's been a few.
Yeah. Well, we've got Pikachu's on the album, and that was really awesome. The song that he's on is a song called Home.
Yeah.
And he we'd had the song for quite a while, and the chorus I was really struggling with. I wrote about 20 choruses, and none of them really clicked.
Yeah.
And we were thinking, we're going to have to scrap this song, which would have been a real shame because it was one of our favourites. And then Miles
Just cut the chorus out.
Yeah, well, we thought of that as well.
Go from verse to verse.
But Miles, Pikachu's Miles, was in Wellington like that following weekend, and we had the great idea when we'd had a few drinks to call him up and say, hey, come do a chorus, and he did. And
Oh, good on
the
him.
rest is history.
Yeah.
And we got Alphabet Head doing the scratches again on the album. We've got Steve Bremner from the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra doing percussion on most songs, which was really cool. Like just seeing him come in, and he listened to the sample and what we'd been doing with our samples and things, and he could recreate it 10 times better just in the first go. Like
nice.
He's a machine.
And what sort of percussion was he doing?
Anything and everything. He bought a big bag of instruments that I don't know the names of.
It's like things that make big loud noises. Yeah.
And I know there were some congas. There was is there a vibraphone maybe?
Okay.
There was all sorts of things.
Cool.
Yeah.
So a few collaborations in there. Yeah. The album is called New Hat and a Haircut. Tommy Ill is you going to be hitting the road at any point?
Yeah. In the start of next month. I think the first show's the 5th of May in Wellington, and then the following weekend we're doing Christchurch in Auckland, and that's with Bang Bang Esh and Spring Break as well. We're taking them with us for all the shows. So.
And then LA, Seattle,
yeah.
Ontario, New York.
Oh, I actually really want to. I think the next step is Australia in September. We're planning on going over there and hopefully not causing too much trouble.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to play the track that features Pikachu's. You've heard how it came about, and here it is. It's called Home. Tommy Ill, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.